Yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up. Watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 listen. This Eagles talk. This talk Eagles. Philly bleed green. It's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them. Drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby. Let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to Game Day pregame show. Eagles Talk. Our Philadelphia Eagles take on the Cleveland Browns today at the Link. Oh, first 1 o'clock game. Not the first, is it? The first 1 o'clock game at home. Okay, yes, the first 1 o'clock game at home. It is big tailgate going on now. Our old crew, the PTG group, is actually having a tailgate down there now. I've seen the video on social media. I've been hit up by a couple of people that are down there. They miss us. We miss them. Oh, my goodness. I know that it is off the chain. It has always been, and it's been some years since we've been out there with them. So to the PTG group family, you guys enjoy, have fun, have one for me, have 3 for Pat. You know, and have one for Nichelle. Have one for Nichelle. But enjoy yourselves. Also like to give a shout out to my personal development family, the PD family. They're on a retreat up in the Poconos today, so they'll be coming home today. So shout out to them. But getting down to business, man, we got a game to attend to, and that is our Philadelphia Eagles are taking on the Cleveland Browns today. And last time we saw our team, they weren't looking too hot. Lost a game before the bye. They've had 2 weeks now to kind of settle in and fix what ails them. And hopefully we'll see the result of that coming together, you know, gathering, holding hands around the campfire, saying kumbaya, you know, like Nick and Jalen did. And, you know, we can all come back rejuvenated and refocus and get the season back on track. Not that it's way off the rails, but, you know, actually I'm only like a game off of my prediction at this point. Now, Pat and Nichelle might be 2 games off because they had us going undefeated until like the last week of the season. But anyway, I'm only like one game off of my prediction. So it's not bad. I know it didn't look good in the last game, but I had us at 3-1 at this point. And we're 2-2. It's not that bad. What do you guys think?
I had to sneeze. Sorry. Sneeze on that note. This is a redemption get back game. You know what I'm saying? It's the big payback. I got James Brown playing in my head right now. You know, real talk. We get all of our starters back. We get the key parts of our offense back to keep this party going. Real talk is, you know, what's the defense going to do? We know what we expect of offense. You know what I mean? They got their weapons back, so we expect them to, you know, take a step in the right direction. I fully expect all of them to take a step in the right direction. But the question mark for me is still the capabilities of defense, because we really only had 1 week of A+ performance out of them. You know, we know we let go of some dead weight and Devin White, right? We know Cooper DeJean is moving up in the rotation. So what's it going to be? Are we still going to be playing 7 yards off the ball today?
Yeah, we are. It's Vic Fangio. What you expect? Come on now.
That's what I want to know. What's it going to be? Tell me, Pat. What's up?
As a Philadelphia Eagle fan, over the years, we have been very adamant about letting our cornerbacks be cornerbacks and not just having them playing in an umbrella type defense. If they come out playing an umbrella type defense, then Deshaun Watson is his get back game. You know, we have to put the pressure on this team. We can't let our proverbial leg off the back of the necks of these opponents today. We have to actually go into this game like this is our last game. Like this is the game that we have to get to go to the playoffs. Like we have to have some fight in the game today. We gotta have some fight in the dog. Like they can't come out of this bye week flat at all. And I don't want to hear after the game, oh, but they did this, but if they lost, then that is going to be a whole different microcosm of who needs to go.
Well, I'm sorry.
Dark Knight. I'm sorry.
All right, so that speaks to if they come out here and they're not motivated, you know who's going to get the blame and who deservingly should get the blame if that happens. And that's one Nick Sirianni. But we've been a little late. Let's start this quarter. Let's do that. I see Pat pouring something. So let me start. All right, okay. So it's not what I thought it was. Okay, all right. So here we go. You are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. I'm back to the apple juice because we win when I drink it. So I'm going to do that. And Pat, what are you doing? I saw you.
Lemonade.
Some raspberry lemonade.
Raspberry lemonade.
That's a good kind. It's usually on sale too at Aldi.
Yeah.
Wrapping my head around, I forget. It's a dry October for Pat. I forget.
Well, I did have a drink last night, so I gotta extend it a little bit longer.
Oh, you gotta extend it a little.
And I'm gonna have a drink next weekend, so I'm gonna have to extend it a little bit longer.
You funny.
All right. And Nichelle, what are you drinking?
Coffee, y'all.
Coffee.
It's too soon for me right now.
All right. Well,
coffee.
I know you guys.
I had to get in a little church sermon. So.
You guys out there are not at church. I know that. So you let me know what you're drinking in the chat room because I know you guys are getting ready with us. So here we go. To our Philadelphia Eagles as they take on the Browns today. Oh, let me get my soundboard ready. Okay. All right. So down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the Fourth Quarter.
All right, so they can ill afford to come out flat today, and if they do, then I'm going to be blaming, Nick Sirianni flat. I mean, like it's no other way to go with blame if they come out flat. If everybody comes out flat, then the coach has to take some type of accountability for that. I'm hearing the calls for Nick's head if he loses this game today. I don't know if I'm ready to go that far. I called for his head after last season, which I thought would have been, I mean, if you were going to think of timing, that would have been better timing than to try to fire him now 4 games into the season. I don't know how that makes this season any better at all. I think that, and it's not Howie or Jeffrey's MO to do something like that. So, and like Nichelle says, it doesn't make good business sense. So I think that we have to ride Nick out for the rest of the season. So no matter what happens today, we're just going to have to pray that he can kind of get together. And hopefully, if from what we see today, we don't even have this conversation tomorrow or at 4 o'clock or 4:15 when we come back on for the post game. Hopefully, this team comes out and performs in the way that we know they are capable of. Why do I know that? Because I've seen it. I've seen it in the first few weeks. I've seen this offense be proficient. I've seen this defense actually be dominant against a dominant offense, an offense that has not looked the same since we shut them down. So I've seen it happen. We just need to see it happen on a more consistent basis. And it starts with today. So I can't wait to see what they have up this season. I know that Cooper DeJean is starting today. So maybe, Pat, to your point, maybe we see a more aggressive style of secondary play now that we have our dogs in there now. We got the 2 rookies. We got Slay in there, great Pop teaching them what to do and all that. So maybe he'll unleash the secondary and let them do what they do best. Get up there and get in these guys' faces and let's shut down this offense, which should not be hard. So if they don't shut them down, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Listen, this is ridiculous. All right, we come here week in and week out. We have expectations for this team, and when we go into the game, we have a letdown. We talk about Cooper DeJean playing the slot and what they're going to do with Cooper DeJean, have him playing 10 yards off a receiver. You're going to have the old man Slay in there teaching new guys how. Slay's going to do an Olay out there. He's not going to make it happen. So he's teaching the guys bad fundamentals. The only cornerback that's actually playing in his worth his weight in gold is Quentin. You know, Q is making his making us feel happy about having a cornerback that actually can cover somebody one on one. I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but that
Then
defense.
don't. How
Right.
about that? Let's
Right.
try not to do that.
Why do we have to go in that direction? Why
Because
do
Right.
we have to like
we come
WIP?
here week in and week out. And I say we got to win the line of scrimmage. We got to do this. We got to do that. If we do this, we win the game going away, right? And we all agree about it. We all agree about it. Especially Nichelle say, yeah, if the defense does this, we know the offensive line can't pass rush. I mean, pass block, and they have to run the ball. And what they going to do? They throw the ball 50 times.
They not
The
listening.
defensive line
Pat.
is not attacking. The
They not
linebackers
listening to
lost.
us.
The corners and the safeties are 10, 15 yards off the receivers, making an easy throw for the quarterback. Deshaun Watson should not resemble anything of a Houston Deshaun Watson. But today, everybody say this could be resurgence of Deshaun Watson. Stop it. This need to be stopped in the first quarter. There's no, coming in and let's change the philosophy. Let's have a chat and change our no. The first play of the game, the first defensive play of the game needs to be man across the board, bump and run, and with a linebacker blitz. And let's make it happen. Stop the BS. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. We need to see them execute. I mean, we could talk about it and pontificate all day and all night, but the fact is, they got to get on the field and do the damn thing. They're, we've had this, like you said, Pat. We have had this conversation. Now they need to actually, put pedal to the metal and salvage this, this first half of the season and start on a good foot after this bye week.
He better. He better. That's all I gotta say. Because Thursday is gonna be something crazy. If they don't come out here and put the pedal to the
Phillies
metal.
didn't help.
Oh man,
They didn't help at all. Because now all eyes on you. While they going through if they should fire Topper and all that stuff. Like, all right, some of the heat's off, but now all eyes on you because people need hope. They need a win.
But you know what? I do have faith. We got AJ back. We got Devontae back. We got Lane back. We got Cam Jurgens back. I mean, we got our offense back for the first time since the first week of the season on that slippery slope of a field down there in Brazil. And they put up 35 points. So I have some confidence that this team will put up points. But that defense. We went all this long time and we haven't talked about inactives yet. That dog back.
Because we educate. We educate on Eagles Talk. So I want you guys to pontificate the word of the day. Use it in a sentence. Make sure you come back on Thursday, and that's your homework. I want you to use that in a sentence at least once this week. All right. So I'm not going to pontificate. Well, I'm going to infuse some positivity into this broadcast today because I'm tired. I really am tired of all the Debbie Downer talk and stuff like that. Why can't we get to, and it's been a long time since we've done that. Why can't we just get to accentuating the positives of this team? Can we do that? Because we've gotten so far away from that. I mean, when we were 10-1 last year, we were finding the bad things to look at, right? I mean, even during the 10-1 time, we were finding everything that they did wrong. Let's try. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Give it a try.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of good things going on with this team. We have AJ and Devontae coming back.
And
we have Lane coming back, along with Saquon Barkley. Why should we not put up 30-plus points today on this Cleveland Brown team?
I have a good one. I have a good spirit lifter. Shout out to Rick Lovato, the long snapper. He's been doing a hell of a great job.
Good for him. Yes.
Yo, I gotta do the inactives, Dark Knight. We gotta do the inactives. Do these inactives really quick. Sorry, Nichelle. For the Cleveland Browns, and the actors are third string quarterback Dorian Thompson Robinson, our former linebacker Jordan Hicks, safety Grant Dupet, Safety Ronnie Hickman, center Ethan Pollock, defensive tackle Quentin Jefferson, and wide receiver Jamari Trash. Or Thrash, whatever you want to say. It's just trash. For our Philadelphia Eagles, our actives are followed. Third string quarterback Tanner McKee, offensive lineman Nick Gates, offensive lineman Darian Kennard, offensive lineman Trevor Keegan, cornerback Eli Ricks, and defensive tackle Brian Young. And that's all the inactives. Everybody else is active. Make it happen, Cap.
All right, this long snapper's been doing good. And please have a pass rush, as Bill Kroll says. I haven't even brought you guys, our fourth co-host, into the show. Let me do that. So you guys always in the chat room as a part of the show. We include you guys in the conversation, and we introduce you guys as we conduct the show. So let me be the first to introduce the first person in the room, the chat room tonight, and that was Richard Layton. He says, "What's up, Eagles fam?" Rachel was second. She says, "Go Birds." Talib is third. He says, "What's up, Bird Gang?" Jeff Cook, what's up, Jeff Cook?
What up,
Jeff
Jeff?
Cook really first gave us our big shout out on his platform on Facebook. He has a group, and I remember
Die Hard. We the diehards in that group.
Yeah, diehards in that group, and he allowed us to come in and post our show the early days, because I used to ask permission. I didn't just post in people's groups. I would go and be like, "Yo, is it okay?" And Jeff was one of the first people that said, "Yeah, sure." So Jeff, it's good to see you still hanging in there 8 years later. That's what's up. So Jeff is also drinking a brisk iced tea. All right, we went
Couple
that.
people on the iced tea today. Okay.
Yeah. Brad Mitchell is saying, "I got a gut feeling this is going to be prime Watson game." No, we're not doing that.
We're not entertaining that kind of energy, y'all. Come on now.
Yeah, we're not.
I hear you, Jeff. He's a turnover machine, but guess what? Pat Mahomes got more turnovers.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, the top quarterbacks that are gunslingers, they have high turnovers. It's historically. Look at Brett Favre's turnover ratio. Will we not say he wasn't an MVP? He still set some turnover records in his interceptions. So you can't throw the whole baby out with the bathwater, y'all. If we want a gunslinger, we're gonna. I can hear you.
Oh, all right.
You're fine. If we want a gunslinger, there's going to be some seasons when the turnover ratio is high. That's the stats. That's the facts. You either accept it or you take a conservative quarterback that doesn't throw as much and doesn't take chances. But we want him to take chances when he needs to. We want him to make better decisions. Absolutely. We want him to see the field better and read the defenses better. Absolutely. But I don't want to take away that boy's ability to take some risky throws, because that's what makes the highlights that we all love and see.
And that's what
and sometimes that comes with turnovers. Sometimes that comes with a pick. You don't like to get them, but the reality is the best quarterbacks always usually have a pretty high turnover rate, only because they're taking those chances. Pat Mahomes not going to stop being Pat Mahomes because he has the same amount of turnovers or even a couple more than Jalen. You think Kansas City's like, get rid of Pat Mahomes or he needs to not throw turnovers? They don't care because they know he's going to get it back and score, or he's going to scramble and get the first down. He's going to take the risk, and they like watching Pat Mahomes take the risk. I want us to get to a place where we like watching Jalen take those risks.
I hate watching Pat Mahomes.
It seems like away
like he gets away from getting crushed all the single time.
All the time. He's like slippery magic. All the time.
Yeah,
when you think he should have got pummeled, when you think he should have got hit in the backfield, he scampers away, and he doesn't run pretty. He doesn't have some big stride. He runs like an 8-year-old, but he still gets away.
True that. And I'm with you, Nichelle. That is what makes the great quarterbacks great, is their fearlessness. So you have to live with that fearlessness, and they get grace for some of the turnovers. We always talk about Brett Favre, a gunslinger. You know what I mean? I think he leads
history in
interceptions. But you would take that for all the games that he pulled out at the end. And I think that Jalen has that same greatness in him, the same ability to make big plays and be large on a big stage. He's done it before. So if that's the case, you have to live with it. You have to live with it. Pat Mahomes is doing it. What's my guy? up in there. Josh Allen does it a lot.
Oh, he
So
turned over. Yeah, he
turnovers a lot of times.
yeah, but you wouldn't. People don't say he's not a top quarterback.
Right, exactly. So that's
No,
just what comes
they're gonna
with
say he's a top
greatness.
quarterback, just like they're gonna say Justin Herbert is a top quarterback. How they gonna say Cade what's his name? Cade Williams, the quarterback for the Browns, is a top quarterback. Listen, these guys have improved anything. Like Jalen has proved that he could be a top. He has proved that he could be a top quarterback in this
Yeah,
league. He has
yeah.
took a team in 2022 to a Super Bowl where he should have won because the way he played, he outplayed Pat Mahomes.
Listen,
But the refs was there. I
yeah, he put that
digress.
game on his back,
I
and he totally
digress.
outplayed Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So I'm not throwing him out only
Mm.
18 months later to say that he ain't the one. He is number one, and he is the one for this team.
He
Period.
needs to be. He needs to be
Period. You
because right
treat him like y'all treated Trey Turner when he had a slump. What y'all do? Y'all cheered for him. Y'all
you
didn't
know
say
what?
bench him.
Trey Turner needs to be put it to the outfield because he can't play infield. Anyway, I'm not going to
That
talk about
too.
baseball. I'm not going to talk
That
about
too.
baseball. The thing about it is, Jalen, something happened in that Super Bowl. I don't know what it was. When he had that fumble, when we wasn't expecting him to fumble, when he had that fumble, he started losing. After that game, he started to fumble more. You start fumbling snaps. You start fumbling running the ball. You start being a turnover machine. And all we ask for, Jalen, is to be more understanding of what the defense is presenting to you and not to put the ball in jeopardy. Make the type one of those you have been making because you've been making outstanding throws, especially when you have your slew of weapons. But don't put the ball in jeopardy. If you're
No,
getting
that's
out the
right. You
pocket,
gotta protect it.
protect the football. Protective. Don't put the ball down there and hold it like a loaf of bread. Hold the football like you're trying not to get giving it to the opposite side of the team. Like I
Yeah.
I, I don't know
Sometimes
what
you gotta
happened.
throw it away. You just
Yeah.
gotta throw it away. And there's those are the decisions he has to make, Bill. I'm agreeing. You sometimes they are dumb, but a lot of people, like I said, a lot of the top quarterbacks throw dumb balls because they taking risks. It still goes back to point one. Look at Geno Smith. He should have pulled out that game. What he do? He threw a pick. Geno
Well,
Smith. Geno
oh,
Smith finds a way to come back in a game and then lose it.
they actually had a breakdown of that game about how trash of a route runner DK Metcalf is because he threw the ball on the incoming in breaking route for DK instead of DK making a 90
Degree. I know exactly
degree
what you're talking
route.
about.
He bowled it out, and that quarterback came underneath.
And you're
And
not
me
supposed
as
to
a
let the
quarterback,
quarterback come underneath. And I tried to explain. I was explaining to this to a friend of mine. Like,
uh-huh.
listen, if they're running that route wrong, I drew it on paper. I was like, he's supposed to come in. It's like an L. He makes that right or he makes that left, and he's supposed to not let the corner get in front of him. So he has to stay in front of the ball. Now, if it's the other route where he makes that L and then he has to cut upfield, that's a whole different route. Then yes, you have to throw the ball behind him. But he knew that ball was coming to him, and he didn't run that route right. And we have to think about that too.
Yeah,
When
we
your
do.
receivers are just 6 inches off their route, it's the difference, especially timing routes, y'all. If my job is just to throw the ball at a certain time and you're not there, who's that on? Is that on Jalen or is that on the receiver? Do y'all
That's
know the difference between timing routes?
well, unfortunately,
Well,
Jalen
Pat,
gets
break that down in basketball terms, please. break that down in basketball terms,
all right.
please.
You
With
run in
the
a triangle offense,
no,
right?
no,
You
I'm
run in a
only
triangle offense. You have Shaquille, you have Kobe, and you have Steve Kerr at your other shooting guard, point guard, whatever. Right? No, I'm joking.
um, look,
You're 100% right, Nichelle. You're 100% right.
yeah, she got down with it. I was like, oh yeah, she
I'm
got.
just saying, you got to know the plays and how they develop before you post your criticism.
That's true. That's
Know the
100%
game.
true. Know the game before you
What
do
was I
about
seeing? I saw a
game.
stat that was pretty interesting. All right, first let me in this quarter. I'll try to think of it in the second quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, so you are watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the Philadelphia Eagles. We're getting ready, and we talk about them in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Everybody is on the wagon today. I'm drinking apple juice, Pat's drinking lemonade. Nichelle,
Please enjoy responsibly.
please enjoy responsibly, but you don't have to follow what we're doing. Have fun. Have your best not alcoholic, but adult beverage by your side as you get ready for this game. Browns versus the Eagles. Here we go. To our Philadelphia Eagles. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're
Steph
now
don't want a
listening to the
gunslinger, he said.
Quarter.
He wants a manager. That's boring.
We don't do that till after.
I want
this, right?
both. I want a game manager and a gunslinger. I don't want a boring point guard. I want a point guard that will shoot.
You want Russell
That's
Westbrook? That's what you
No,
want.
we don't want Russell Westbrook. I don't like Russell Westbrook.
No, but I want somebody that'll shoot and give me some highlights and put the game on his back. You know, game managers don't put the game on his back. They don't. They won't take the risk. They play very conservative. I think we need a balance here. I think we need a balance of game manager and gunslinger. I
think we have that. I mean, we've seen glimpses of both. Not even glimpses. We've seen looks at both.
No, we've seen
Jalen.
both.
Yeah, we've seen both in Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
So we got both.
But we need him to balance the both. Is
right.
We need better game management on his part.
We can talk about a game manager. Wow. We need Saquon Barkley to be outstanding today. How about that? Let's talk about Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
He's been a tremendous pickup since we got him. Yeah, he did cost us a game, but also he won us a game. He has that game-breaking ability that can open a lot of things up. Even when AJ and Devontae was down, it was still a very difficult team to defend because you had a breakaway running back in Saquon Barkley. So today, to take some heat off of Jalen, we need Saquon Barkley to step up and be that top free agent like he has been all season for us. Matter of fact, run for 200 yards. How about that?
I think the stat that I was talking about was we haven't scored in the first quarter.
Yeah. Oh.
We haven't scored in the first quarter this year. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate to refer back, but these were the good old days, 2022. Remember 2022 when we scored? We're not scoring in the first quarter. 2022, we rarely did not score on the first possession.
Yeah, I mean, but then we didn't score. Remember, we wasn't scoring for like the last 2 quarters in all of our games.
Yeah, we was pissed about it because you say, what happens when you need to score in the last half? They would just roll things out in the first half.
But we didn't need to. That's how good the team was. We were not scoring, and we were still winning the game. Look, see, you gotta be careful what you wish for. Remember, we was like, now, how much do we want to have a touchdown in the first quarter? We can't even get a touchdown. You know what I mean? So we have to be happy with what we have, and we couldn't score in this last quarter, but we scored a ton in the first quarter. So I'm willing to go back to those days. Give me a lot of points in the first quarter, and let's see if the defense can hold up. I
just want W's at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think we got to stop hyper criticizing how we win because it's the NFL. A win is a win, and when we get to the base level of we just need W's on the board, and how whether we're resilient, whether we have mistakes in pulling off the win is mission accomplished, and we don't value that as fans. We want the win to look a certain way, and we need to really kind of get off that. That's kind of dumb. It doesn't make sense. A win is a win in this league. Like, your wins are never going to look the same week by week because people get up to play us. People play us differently. Injuries happen. So, how we want our wins to look, if we could get away from that and just focus on getting the W, we'd all be happier.
Yes.
Not being so vested in how you want to win to look versus I just want to win the game. If at the end of that we got the W.
That's all I want. I tell you all the time, I'll take a 3-2 win. I'll take 16 of those if that's what it takes. I don't care. Just give me W's. It could be 3-2. How that would happen, I don't even know, but I would take that 16 weeks out of the year. I don't care what it looks like. I think that you're right, Nichelle, that we do get caught up, and that's where the negativity comes in, because we win games and we still dissect every little thing we did wrong in a W. That's crazy. In a W, we will come on the post game show or listen to WIP or Sports Talk Radio and
And you
hear
thought we lost.
90% of what they did wrong in a win, and that's
Right.
just
You would
crazy.
think we lost if you turned on sports radio after
Yeah.
an Eagles win. You would literally think we lost.
Yeah, it's been a lot of times where I turn to sports radio after a W and say, you know what, I can't take this negativity.
I'm like, we just won. What are
Unless
you
it's a win.
talking
Like
about?
that's what I always say, regardless of how we win. We break down stuff like that and we go through it, but it's a win,
Mhm,
it's a W. And that's
mhm.
what we need to do. We just need the team to come off this bye week, get this victory, because that's what they do off of Nick Sirianni's bye weeks is win. That's all he's been doing since he's been the head coach. Just win. We can figure everything out. This is the first quarter of the year for football. So a lot of teams have this issue in the first 4 or 5 games. They have their identity issue. How are they going to sustain? How are they going to do this? Sometimes you don't realize how good a team is until that third quarter of the season, the fourth quarter of the season, when they actually start hitting on all cylinders. So I'm happy that we're having these struggles and we're addressing these issues right now and not having them late in the season like we had last year. Get these hiccups out of the system now and move forward, and let's be better for it.
All right.
And here's some positive. That's right. Take it to the bank.
There we go.
Barkley gonna do his thing.
Yeah, Barkley gonna kill today. Who was getting out of church? I just saw somebody getting out of church.
Um,
Um,
that was earlier. Yeah,
yeah.
and somebody was like, "Pray, yes, pray, yes, get your prayers in for Eagles." Well, I did my church online before this, but
Where was Dion? What was you? You were late. Were you coming from church?
Dion's ready for us
Never.
to start the
Sorry.
second quarter because he's
I
ready to
know. I
drink
did.
again.
I started the second quarter.
I
Oh,
know.
the third quarter. All right. Tony Burns says just saw the score from England. Dougie P might be cleaning out his
Oh,
desk
I
this week.
forgot
Yeah,
there's an early game
yeah.
on.
I
Yeah.
did too. I didn't. And then I forgot.
I had a
Um,
rough morning.
I hate watching Pat. My homeboy wiggles his fingers after each play. What's that?
He
Yeah,
does this. He does this. He does this. He
yeah,
does this.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I hate. Yeah, and they zoom into it. They zoom in it like no other quarterback. They zoom in them going back to the huddle, but
Wait,
they
you
zoom
gotta
to
do it
Pat.
like this. You gotta
Yeah,
tilt your head.
Oh yeah, no, we did. Yeah, we did the end of the quarter.
Shout
So
out to
you
Pat
know,
Mahomes.
and Dion, don't act like you need an excuse to take a shot.
Right? Just
Don't
take a
even be
shot,
front.
Dion.
Just take a damn shot. You
That's
know
right.
that your usual is boom, shot at the beginning of the quarter, shot in the middle of the quarter,
Right? Don't
shot at
blame
the end of the
us.
quarter. Don't we already know your MO. You've already confessed it on here. So don't blame us for slowing down your shots. All right. I will say, who's Latif? Latif puts up, what is that? I can't even tell those emojis. What is that? Is that a
does the
bird?
Eagles
Smoke.
smoke?
Oh, all
That's
right.
right.
Eagles smoking today. That's
That's
what's up.
right.
Yeah. We're gonna get this W today. I'm not even worried about it. Um, I think that they come out and they show that they have the resilience and to fight through whatever. You know what? I always suggest this. They should not listen to sports talk radio.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, don't listen to sports talk radio if you're a professional athlete in Philadelphia.
Woosah, Jeff.
Don't
Woosah.
do it. Don't even listen to it. I'm telling you, because most of these young guys, what are they, millennials or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Generation Gen what?
Yeah. Millennials
Whatever.
and Gen Z.
Gen
Mm-hmm.
Gen
Z. You
XYZ.
guys are not built tough like we are. So don't listen to sports talk because they will rip you down. They will tear you down if you're
They'll
not
make
ready for that.
mean and negative, and
Yes.
like we gotta watch like the toxic energy that swirls around our teams. Think about it. Like if you work in a toxic environment where everybody's complaining at your office, would you want to work there?
No,
No.
not at
Okay.
all.
So think about everything that comes off the airwaves, off the podcast, off the internet about this team. And 80% of it is negative, unless who wants to work in that environment, y'all? You can at
Look,
least try to put out some positive energy and celebrate some of the things that they've done right. But according to y'all, they haven't done anything right.
look, I think that may be an Eagles thing too, because I'm thinking around the league. I know I have some I know some
It's not
Pittsburgh
like
Steelers
that.
fans. Pittsburgh, none of their fans think like we do. I
Mm-mm.
mean, they will celebrate those ugly wins, and it could have been a multitude of mistakes being made, but they are happy to get the W. It's not easy to win in the NFL. And I think we take for granted. I think we are sort of entitled the way we act,
We do.
because this it's not easy to get a win, and it's not promised to get a win. So when we amass wins like that, I know we've been spoiled, but we need to be more gracious about that instead of being so critical about it. Come on, man,
Mhm.
are you kidding me? We went
Yeah.
10-1. If the last year wasn't a perfect example of appreciating each win you get, cherishing it, I don't know what is. Starting off 10-1 and then collapsing like that at the end.
Mhm.
Had we been more grateful, you never know what would have happened at the end. But I mean, they were horrible. But I'm saying, like, had you
Yeah,
known that there was going to be a collapse at the end, how much more would those 10 wins have meant to you while we got them? Because
Right.
so let's embrace that.
Criticize, but make it constructive. There's constructive criticism and there's destructive criticism. We practice the destructive side across our airwaves so much in this town and sports radio that people think that's the normal way to criticize. It's not. It's not. It's the toxic way to criticize. You could criticize without being toxic. Real talk.
Could it? All right. Ted says, could it be Jalen does not take those checkdowns and throwaways because he's still trying to prove himself as a quarterback in this league? We
does
need
not
him
have
to just play football and have fun. Yeah, I get it. I don't. I'm
How
not
can
a.
you have fun in this environment? Nothing about this feels like fun. Nothing about this city feels like it's a fun city to play in right now.
Right. Right. But I don't need him to play hero ball. Or be more judicious about deciding when to.
Yes.
I
I
don't
need him
want
to
to.
get rid of the ball better.
Right.
definitely, definitely.
Throw it out of bounds more. I'd
It's
rather
not
see you do that than try and force it.
Throw it
right.
out of
It's not.
bounds, hit your check downs like Dark Knight was just saying. Get the ball out your hands quicker, especially when these teams are starting to understand that if they blitz you, you're going to make these bad decisions. Get the ball to Saquon, get your ball to Dallas, get your ball to your athletes, and let them make the plays for you.
Like hero ball is not needed as much as it might have been in 2022.
Correct.
You didn't have a Saquon Barkley behind you now. Now you do. You have a lot of weapons, so you don't have to put the team on your shoulders as much. There are moments when we can use it, but you have to be wise about when to do it and when not to. All the heavy lifting, you have all the tools to get the heavy lifting done without even lifting a finger. Just give the ball to those playmakers and let them do what they do. All right, this comment is, I don't care how we win either at all. Please, Lord, let me taste that Super Bowl victory one more time and I promise not to take it for granted. Amen. I am with you on that, Dion. I am with you. Amen. He said, amen. All right, so because that was such a great comment, let's reward Dion with a shot. So we're going to end this quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
Pat, when do we do the song, Pat?
Now, after we take the shot,
Birds up. Let's go.
So everybody
Go.
watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, who in T-minus 10 minutes will be taking on the Cleveland Browns at the Link. A lot of tailgating going on. First 1 o'clock game. People were out there like 5 in the morning. But in any event, we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I am doing apple juice. Pat is doing lemonade. Michelle's doing coffee. Let me know what you're doing out there. And let's go to our Philadelphia Eagles down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans.
No one likes us. Likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. Fly, Eagles, fly. On a boat to victory. Eagles. All right.
You called the comments Spain.
Oh, I'm
You're
supposed to
now
do.
listening to the third quarter.
All right, in other news, ex-Eagles player is, I don't know, is he throwing his career away?
I think he's done with football.
Oh, my God. This is
He may have
incredible.
to retire.
Hassan Reddick, have you ever heard the news? It's in the news. He stiffed his business partner. He doesn't have good business acumen or manners or etiquette, or I don't know. It's just getting worse for Hassan. They report that he stiffed his business partner out of $1.6 million, brought him in to help write or bring a business that he was invested in. It was losing money. He brought this guy in. This guy turns it around, marketing and everything. It turns it into a profitable business. And his agreement was that upon any selling of the business, he will be broken off. He gets a part. He has equity in the business. And they sold the business and they didn't give him his part. They stiffed him out of that. And then further reported that they sent the goons over to intimidate him. Like they sent the goons over. Like, wow, what are we doing? His father is involved.
I know all these people.
His father is involved some kind of way. So it's just not, you put this with the hold up.
It's unfortunate, especially people from my hometown. It's just unfortunate. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to speak about it. I know all the parties involved in all of that. The dads.
Yeah, he owed Nichelle a couple grand. Tell Nichelle, tell the whole thing.
He don't owe me no.
He owed Nichelle a couple grand.
Don't get me in trouble with
all
that's
right.
not true.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
We ain't gonna put that out there.
Okay,
they don't owe me nothing.
Sweets is talking though.
Early shit. They don't owe me nothing. All right, listen,
it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that this is where his career is turning. You know what I mean? We want to see people come out of South Jersey and out of Camden. We want to see them thrive.
Correct.
So it's a hurt piece for me to see all this business out there between people that I actually know. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
Yeah, look at it. That's funny.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It's just not a good look. It's just not a good look at all.
It's
just like, come on, y'all. Really? We got to do better, people. We got to do better when we are in positions of power, when we're in positions of business. We just have to make better decisions and keep it on the up and up.
Yeah, we do. We 100%
all right.
do.
So, all right. So I'm listening to Dion now. Hassan. We talking about Hassan? Yeah. Well, let's talk about Hassan's replacement. No, I'm not. I can't even talk about Hassan's replacement.
One tackle for loss. That's why
I can't talk about him. I was going to shift gears over to Hassan's replacement, but Huff would have us going back down that negative road if I'd start talking about him. So I can't. I got to move off of that. I can't talk about Huff because Huff has been like transparent, meaning you can't see him at all. You can't see him.
You can't see him.
You can't see him at all. He's not been seen or spotted since the beginning of the season, which is very hard. Disappointed.
Does he still play for us?
I know, man. Oh my God. That's what I.
Oh my goodness.
How is Vic going to dial up some kind of pass rush? He's got to figure out how to generate some type of pass rush. I know it's not coming from who he expects. Like you expect your pass rushers to do that for you. You expect that maybe your front four can do that for you. It's not happening. So then it's up to Vic now to manufacture that pass rush. So what is he going to do? What are you going to do, Vic? Because we do need that. You got the corners now. Let these corners play up on the receivers and get fancy with some blitzes. You'll have the time. I guarantee it. I love our secondary. They will allow them the time to get there. Let them play those guys.
Do we need to do what the guys did that stood out at Nova Care Center?
They did that.
I know that was to run the ball. But do we need a big sign that says press, coverage, bump and run outside of the
right.
Center?
So they did that going into the bye week. They said Nick Sirianni run the ball.
No. But I want a different sign.
We want the pass rush.
I want press, coverage, bump and run on a sign outside of Nova Care. And it should say Vic Fangio, press, coverage, bump and run.
Just blitz the heck out of Watson.
Oh my God. Yes, we do. All right, we only got a couple minutes left before the game. Come on, let's get our predictions in. Everybody out there, come on, prediction time. What's going on? Oh, Jeff,
Hey, Jeff, that's a wild prediction, Jeff.
He could be right, though. I'm gonna put it out in the universe. If you want it, you got to speak it into existence.
We
and you
speak it in existence
it until you get it.
In, week out.
Eagles will have 3 sacks today.
Less.
We want 10 sacks. We just want simple 3 sacks. That's crazy that we're saying that right now.
I know, a simple 3 and 2 picks. And Leon says, and 2 picks. We want all that.
I think Q is going to ball out. I think Cooper DeZeron is going to show some stuff.
I think Cooper's going to get blessed today and get his welcome to the NFL moment. That's what I really think.
With a sack. That's my hot take. Cooper DeJean with a sack.
Nah, I think he's going to get routed up today, and it's going to make him better in the long run. That's what I think.
I think our Atlanta boys are going to show up and show out.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
I hate to be the Debbie Downer of the group. Listen, I want us to win.
They had a good week,
but we've been saying that. We've been saying that week in and week out. Jordan Davis is looking like like a bust. Jalen Carter, I don't know what's going on with him. He used to be the best defensive player on the team. Now he doesn't look like anything. But you know what? Positivity. Bring some positive vibes. All right. They will be tremendous.
I think they get a sack today.
Yeah, they get a sack.
So they're gonna both get a half a sack?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's as far as I'll take it. And that's progress to me.
That is progress.
All right. What's the scores? Give me some scores. All right, there goes one. 24-10. Talib says. All right, go ahead, Pat. What's your
AJ Brown? That's if y'all don't know who he's talking about. It's AJ Brown.
Arthur Juwan Brown.
So listen, Ed, I've been talking about this. I've been preaching this since we came on here as a podcast. Period. You win that line of scrimmage, you can win the game going away. You dominate on the offensive and the defensive side of the line of scrimmage. You can win this game very easily. And that's what we need to do today. We need to go out there and take advantage of what we can take advantage of. You got your stars back. You got Lane back. So you know you got a victory coming when Lane is there, all right? Pave the lane behind the lane and let Lane do his doggone thing. And let Saquon run the freaking ball, all right? I think we can win this game very handily if we follow those principles. If we don't, it's going to be a different story. But we follow those principles of maintaining the line of scrimmage and dominating the line of scrimmage. I think we can win this game going 34-6.
34-6. All right, there you go. Here go a couple out here. Adrian says 14-10. Dion says 29-11. What the hell, Dion? I mean, Dion is out
just
there drinking.
Random.
He been drinking.
I've been drinking.
So tell me how they get 29, Dion, and tell me how they get 11. That'll be interesting. All right, Jeff says 37-24. Leon says 27-13. What say you, Nichelle?
I don't know, to be honest with you, but I have a feeling we're gonna at least put up 20 points. So I'm a go with 24-13.
24-13. All right, Hemi says 36. Milton says 35-14. Rachel says 17-14, and she's picking the Browns. All right, I'm going to say that this defense, this offense is going to show some life today, and it's going to do the job. I think the defense does not perform as bad as it did before the break. Better. I don't know if it's a New Orleans Saints type of performance, but I'm looking for a pick-me-up with DeJean in there now. And so I'm going to say that we win the game. Us with more points than them. I'm not going to be doing the play-by-play today because I'm a volleyball dad now. So I got to take my daughter to do some volleyball practice. And I might not even be in the post game because I may still be there. But
I won't be here either.
all right. So Nichelle can hold it down. So now Nichelle hold it down post game after. We'll be back. We'll be back after the game. You guys go enjoy this win, and we'll talk about it after the game. I'm your man, Dark Knight, for Nichelle and Pat. We're out of here. Peace.
We got this, y'all. We got this.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback crack, yo, sack that fool.